Sad 12 times, paralyzed, always reminded. It doesn't get easier. I got stronger. I'm a walking contradiction with endless possibilities. Emotionally, I'm unstable. Physically, I'm weak. Mentally, I am strong. I am a wounded healer. It doesn't get easier. I got stronger. I'm love. I smell like home. I sound like my mama's prayers. I look like I'm sure. I see beauty in the struggle, grateful. It never got easier. I just got stronger. I'm choosing to be strong. Be a voice for those who have been silenced. Speak on the unspoken like a phoenix still I rise. It won't be easy, but you will be stronger. I'm here. You are here. We are here. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the Silent Skills Podcast, where we talk about domestic violence, abuse, trauma, and the healing that comes after. Red flags and how to recover and just navigating your life afterwards. Welcome back to another show. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay. So I want to introduce this evening's panelists before we get too much into it. We have Tyler, TJ. Can you tell the audience a little bit about, who you are, whatever you want to share with the audience, a little bit of your background, why you're here today? Yeah.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Tyler Johnson. I live here in Columbia, Maryland. I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. Um, have a military family. Been traveling to different countries. You know, right now I'm being independent, and I'm here today. Just to jump in and help, and just talk about things that's going on in life. Especially what we're dealing with. You know, I've been thinking about a lot of things that's happened throughout the years, especially what's happening right now with COVID-19, protesting, and everything that's going on. With killing and all stuff. It's all in everybody's head with what's going on, and just want to get everything out of my chest.
Okay. Thank you for being here. Can't wait to hear your perspectives on today's topics. Next, we have Nathan McCoy. Please let us know who you are and why you're here.
How y'all doing?
Your voice sounds a little low.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you better.
All right. It's Nate McCoy, current president of Silent Skills. I've been working with Shehariah since 2017. I'm pretty much the jack of all trades, also aka kind of the muscle for Shehariah. If a problem needs to be taken care of, I'm there for to help her. I've been pretty much the right hand man for the whole time. We've done a lot of events, done a lot of work together, all throughout Ward 7 and Ward 8 at DC, and looking to do even bigger and better things for the upcoming decade. And happy to be here. This is my second time doing this podcast. Um, Podcast is nothing new for me. I've done a couple of them before. I'm just gonna let everyone know now. I am very to the point, quick answers. I'm not gonna, adjust my temperament for anyone, even though we're on camera. So we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna be entertaining, but I'm also gonna be semi-mean about myself. So there you go.
Thank you, Nate, for being here. Thank you. Okay, Mike, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about why you're here.
Okay. Mike Rumpf, go by the name of Beans. I'm here because I'm a fan. To be honest, I've been catching a couple episodes on this Rances Union, I believe, Rances Network. I love this show and everything that it entails. And I'm a big supporter of Shehariah and the Silent Skills movement, man. Like domestic violence, DV, it's a serious thing, man. Like, man, us as men, we gotta start buckling down with our women, man. Like we can't be. I don't care what a woman do to you, man. Like you can scream, you can yell, and all that stuff, but the times we living in now, it's 2020, man. It's 2020. You. I'm just here to support the cause, man. I'm with all of it. I'm with everything that is silence kills, man.
Thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here this evening. Today we're just going to be yeah. So first, shout out to my producer, Logic, the Renters Union, Renters Network. I always get them two words confused, but you can find them on YouTube. I believe it's the Renters Network on YouTube, but also Facebook, Silence Kills. You can follow our page. I post sporadically. I post our lives. You can comment, share, like. You could, if you know any domestic violence victims who's going through current situations, send them my way because I have connections to legal people and also other people who can help them out in that aspect. So yeah, I'm here. My inboxes are always open. Hit me up. Today we're just going to be talking about a few current domestic violence situations, articles, things that appeared in the news, things that are just like wow, a lot of these things happen all the time. Oh, but first, I guess I want to ask, how are you all doing? For me, I'm going through a rough time right now, but I'm trying to keep myself occupied to not dwell on the things that's really bothering me. So I want to check in first before we really start because I think that's important. The age that we're living in, it's a lot going on. It's just a lot going on, especially for Black people specifically. If
Yeah.
you all been keeping up with everything, you already know the police violence, politics, just everything. So I just want to check in. I just want to check in to see how are you guys doing. I want to start with Nate. Uh, can you tell us, like, are you okay? How have you been feeling? Are you good?
Happy or too sad. I'm pretty decent about where I'm at right now. Just got the new job with FEMA. Uh, Great lady. Um, yeah,
Respect though, bro. Yeah,
everything's
congratulations, bro.
I mean, everything's decent. I feel kind of a little peevish because I'm like it took to me turning 30 to finally to ever have everything hit that I've been wanting to hit. So I guess with age gets stuff gets better or something. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I feel like stuff is finally lining up. I got a couple more projects coming soon with the fraternity. I'm always looking for new members, of course. Yeah,
And what's your
I have like
fraternity? Tell the people.
Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, founded in 1963. Um, but yeah, I'm that got that going on. Like I said, I'm looking forward to some hopefully doing some new stuff, new projects with Shehariah, stuff that we haven't done before, so we
Yeah,
can branch out. Glad to see Mike, and we have a new face, Tyler. So yeah, I'm decent. Like I said, not too happy, not too sad. I'm just in the middle.
you're good.
Um,
Perfect balance.
you know, yeah, life is
All
good.
right. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I don't know if people was watching the last episode that you were on, but yeah, you my right hand man, man. I appreciate you for being there for me, even before Silent Skills. I will always appreciate you for that. So thank you.
Told you,
Yeah. Okay.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, Mike. Y'all package deal in my eyes, so
I
I
love
can't
you,
say one
bro.
without saying the other.
All
And
right.
nice to meet you, Tyler. I just now meeting you, but I appreciate you already. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a nice shirt you're wearing. So
Okay,
I told you I was
Tyler.
gonna be funny.
Yeah. What's your shirt that you're wearing?
You gotta keep saving the best for last or something, man. I wanna go too.
You gonna have a
It's all
turn.
good. It's all good.
There's this. Okay, so this when I earlier I mentioned when I have I'm a military grad. Um, I this jersey was a baseball jersey back in Japan when I was in high school. I
Lagging a bit.
graduated in 2017 in Japan, so I also have another jersey that's like a different color. My high school was EJ King High School. I transferred two different high schools, so you know, I lived in Japan like twice my whole life as a child, and then back in middle of high school. So living in Japan, it was like the best time of my life. You know, traveled around different cities, traveling for sports. You know, meeting new people. Everybody's nice over there. It's like I feel like Japan is like more peaceful there. You know, uh, it gives me a lot of friends and learn different language. You know, and I be thinking about a lot of things. In my head. Deep thoughts. Like right now, like lately I've been writing some poetry. For myself. I started writing poetry when I was a freshman back in South Carolina in high school before I transferred to a different high school in Japan. So, writing poetry really helps me get my deep thoughts of how I express on a lot of things, even thinking about things in my dreams. You know,
Okay. Thank you for being here. I know that must have been awesome to just travel to a new country, learn that language, learn that culture, be surrounded by just something different.
yeah. I even went to South Korea too. For Far East baseball. Just traveling is like really fun. You get to experience a lot of things in different cultures, and it's like you're starting your different life over, like at a new area. You know.
Yeah, yeah. You
I've
can't
definitely
write
heard
us.
it.
Yeah,
I've heard that you traveling in different cultures, and right, it really opens your mind up to not just what you're used to, but the world. You know what I'm saying? You come back a total different person. Your mind is completely rewired and reprogrammed. You're revamped almost in a way, coming back from some place that is totally different from what we normally used to. I could imagine the culture over there is amazing. Was people like doing backflips and sparring on the street for no reason, or was it like cherry blossoms down the block, like how we got regular trees out here? Like was it like the TV shows it?
bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like seeing everything is different. Basically, you're in a new world, right? So there's like so much cherry blossoms there, and a lot of cool
Just
buildings.
like on the street, just like the trees behind me right now. It's a cherry blossom.
Yeah, it's like
Crazy.
to be honest, Japan. Like I'm on an island, and you see a different culture. Like everything in your mind is like, is this for real? Is this real life?
You was the only brother up there too, weren't you?
Yeah, it's like I didn't like when I was overseas. I didn't care about like I didn't. It doesn't matter who like people's ethnicity. Everybody's like I
Mm.
love everybody. I'm just like it changed my life to change of who I am. And a different person while I'm overseas. Ever since I came back from Japan, I feel like things have changed. I feel like I was a whole different person in Japan than how I am now here in America because I didn't want to come back. Japan was like a home to me. I made a lot of friends and traveling, experiencing new things, and I've learned something from it. This peace is always peaceful because there's no violence. Every any place that I go that I find peaceful, I feel like there's no violence where I can just be free. Like it feels like nature. You're out in the woods, just like exploring everywhere. It's like adventure of a lifetime.
Yeah, yeah. That
Man.
sounds fun. That sounds fun. Um, so we're going to go to Mike. Just tell us, how you been feeling these days. What's been on your mind?
A lot been on my mind for real. Like I'm not really one to express everything that I'm going through. I just never really learn how to do that. And a lot of people would say it's because of childhood trauma or what have you. Because growing up, telling people your problems, it didn't really, it was never a solution for me. You know, people really didn't care. It seemed like people really didn't like make an effort to try to like see if you were really okay, you know. It just seemed like it's just something for people to talk about, people's problems. Just like social media, you know. People go on social media, post their problems, people about to fight, people getting hurt, people eat that shit up. They love it. So why would I give you entertainment on my problems in my life? Not to say that mine is any worse or any better than somebody else's. It's just, you know, this COVID hit hard. My people, a lot of my close relatives are suffering from it now. I was joking about COVID when it first started. Like I was always like, if it don't touch none of my people, it doesn't
Exactly.
exist.
And
It's
there
not
you
real.
see, it
And
exists.
my folks end up getting it and were severely hurt by it. You know, like they're recovering, you know, gradually. But it surprised the hell out of me, man. It surprised the hell out of me. It's like it's a lot of stuff going on with my folks and people that I love and that's close to me. It's a lot of my people in the hospital right now, man. It's just 2020 has been a merciless year, man. It's been merciless. I've had better years than this current year in all my life. This is my worst year. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still keep a smile, still walk around with some good energy because I do believe energy transfers and that can get stuck on people what you going through and kill their energy, kill their vibe. You know, you just gotta keep high vibrations, man. Keep pushing, really. I know that's not very specific, but you know, that's just how I explain or express what I'm going through. The best
Hmm.
way I know how to, you know. I didn't give you
Yeah,
too much, but you still understand what's going on. So
right,
as long as the message was received, then yeah, I feel like I did my part.
right. Thank you for being here, Mike. Glad to have you. Yeah, this has been a rough year. This has been a rough year for a lot of people, and I know you and me as well. But I'm just trying to keep pushing.
We
You
have to.
know, God's will be done. That's how I feel. So I want to go ahead and jump into the first article for tonight. We have a pastor, actually. He was a self-proclaimed prophet who shot and killed his estranged wife.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
Lord.
right, and this was recent, meaning this year. This happened outside her job at a bank near the mall at Millennia on Tuesday morning. He threatened to kill her during the argument the day before, which a newly released affidavit showed. His name was Sylvester Ofori.
Jesus.
Um,
Lord have mercy.
he shot his wife. Her name was Barbara Tomney. She was 27. He shot her in the head multiple times outside of a Navy Federal Credit Union just before 9 a.m. So this was in the morning. It were people outside before the bank even opened, which means he followed her. So shortly after he shot her, detectives from the Orlando Police Department contacted Tommy's sister, who had recorded a fight between the two on Monday, which was the day before. She says Tommy knocked on the doors for someone to let her in as Ofori continued to ward her. Oh, this was at the bank. He was within feet of her when he shot her once and she collapsed. Police found the car that Ofori was driving parked near the couple's apartment after he had already shot her. They found his car outside of her apartment shortly after on the 6100 block of Riley Street, and noted that he returned home after killing the victim and after officers checked their apartment complex. He was a pastor at Floodgates of Heaven. I believe that's a ministry. It's called Floodgates of Heaven International Ministries in Paramore in Florida. 35-year-old Ofori advertised himself as a prophet and motivational speaker on Facebook. In the weeks leading up to the shooting, he had more than 60,000 followers on his Facebook page, and
Mhm.
they watched him post photos and captions talking about his personal life, his personal situation, the personal conflict that he had between him and his wife. So he would make comments about his situation just weeks before he ended up killing his wife on his Facebook page that thousands of followers followed him on.
Is there footage of this of him talking about his problems and domestic altercations with his wife?
What you say? You said what you say?
Is there footage of his domestic altercations with his wife? You said he got a lot of followers. He was like
Okay.
broadcasting,
Yeah, I
and
don't
all.
know if it's footage, but he did make posts. I don't have the posts that he made, but I do have one post. I have two posts actually that he made regarding him. You could tell that it was about his wife. I'm about to read them now. I don't have footage leading up to that, but the cameras around the bank did catch him
I don't want to
shooting
see
his.
him shooting his wife. I don't
Yeah,
want to see
that's
that.
that's
I
the
mean,
that's
like,
the footage that we have. He was shooting his wife,
oh no,
and
no.
then afterwards he walked up on her and shot her more times. So he had shot her in her head, walked up on her, and then shot her some more times. But on Facebook, which was on August 11th, he wrote in quotation marks, "Don't believe your neighbor or trust your friend. Be careful what you say, even to your husband or wife." The verse that it came from is called Micah, chapter 7, verse 5. Don't believe your neighbor or trust your friend. Be careful what you say, even to your husband or wife.
See, this is the problem with people and them self-proclaimed prophets and all of this. It's just like religion in general. Not to say I don't like to say I'm a religious person. I have beliefs. I
Mhm.
know that there's a God. You know what I'm saying? But when people try to twist and flip the word to their own for their own personal gain, this is what led this man to do this horrendous shit to his wife. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
This is like you sitting there taking scriptures out of the good book to do horrible shit. What
Yeah.
is like what? I can't,
So
bro.
that's actually one of the
Oh my
topics
god, bro.
that I want to get into. But I want to say the second post that he made to give y'all some more context. And but first we have a comment by Tamara Ross Miller. Thank you for watching. I can't see those emojis, but she says, "I, just she
She's like she's
giving a shout out to all the families affected by the coronavirus." So thank you
Thank
for
you,
watching,
thank
Tamara.
you. Bless,
We have
bless.
another comment by Ann Wells Wiseman. She says, "That is heartbreaking. It seems like the whole church saw this coming. He needs to be held accountable." I agree. Like I definitely agree because it was weeks leading up to this, and I'm sure people kind of they can imagine if they see him and see him with his wife. You could kind of put two and two together based on his posts.
His
Us,
title, his
I
title was
wanna,
what got him overlooked. He's a
yeah,
pastor.
I wanna
Nobody.
read this next post by him, and then I want to discuss him. So this next post says, the day before the shooting, like exactly a day before he killed his wife, he posted a photo to his page reading, "One thing people gotta understand about extremely kind, nice, and loving people is that their other side is just as extreme." He said this.
I mean, that's not too far off of a statement though. Like I not to justify what he did. Like I'm not trying to agree with anything this man says because he cut off. You know what I'm saying?
he just
He
went
has
he went overboard. Like he crossed the line.
Right.
his statement was true, but when he went, he was pretty much talking about himself when he said that. That's how
Yeah,
I feel about it.
I
He
agree.
was
I
speaking on
agree.
himself because no, bro.
I agree with that. I do think that he was trying to post a, subliminal message, but really he was talking about himself. I do also feel like he was trying to use his Bible verse to fit the narrative of what he actually felt about his wife. Like how could you, quote a Bible verse and then turn around and try to kill your wife? Like the Bible doesn't promote killing. Any of the other
No,
sins, it's multiple
not at
sins. It doesn't promote any of that. I feel like he used his title and what he was to gain that influence
all.
over the crowd. Huh?
There are killings in the Bible, but you know, God pretty much gave the green light for people to do what they was doing. So if it don't come from the Most High, you ain't supposed to kill nobody. And I don't think that really nobody gets touched like how the book says, where we actually get direct messages from God, where He actually speaks to us in some type of form for Him to give us the green light to harm anybody. But I just wanted to sidebar that little comment right there. You can,
Okay, so basically, vengeance is the Lord's. I don't know if y'all are, Christians here. I am a Christian. I don't go to church all the time, especially during COVID.
Yeah, I used to be.
Man, I have my family system, you know.
I've been church hurt so many times. I'm not gonna say I'm a Christian because Christianity is the only religion, the only services I've ever attended, the only practices I've ever, you know, executed. I'm not. Religion is just a money scheme. That's all that is. Religion is a business. That's all that is. They get money off of you. I'm starting to see more ATMs in the church than I see out here on the corners in front of the 7-Elevens and stuff. Churches is putting ATMs in there. That's when I drew the line with Christianity. I'm done with y'all. I do believe that there's a God though, and sometimes when we in some type of turmoil or what have you, or if we having a good news or something fortunate happen to us, we still gonna be like, "Thank you, Jesus," or "Oh, Jesus." But at the same time, it's not. Nah,
I mean, and like everyone, everyone. So we're all sinners. That's the whole point.
we
And
was
like,
born into it. We was
yeah,
born in this.
not everybody's perfect. Like let's just be real. Like not everybody's perfect. Everybody's different. Everyone has their different beliefs. Like whether they believe God or they don't believe God. It's just you know.
Okay, so yeah, I do know that we all are sinners because nobody is perfect. When it comes to religion, I feel like religion is organized, and when it comes to the church, I have different views about that. But like I said, my faith is strong. I don't necessarily agree with the organized religion. I think that is here to teach us. It's here to teach us and for us to learn whatever we can receive from whatever message. I do feel like a lot of pastors, like this one here, kind of use that to their advantage. Maybe not a lot. I don't know the percentage, but I do feel like some pastors use that title to their advantage.
Well,
His
you
Um,
title
gotta
is what got him overlooked.
you gotta
This this
understand.
this this comment that said the whole church seen it coming.
yeah.
He probably could have said it behind the pulpit in the pew. I'm a like directly. I'm gonna kill my wife, and the church just probably would have went up in the
No,
Holy Ghost because of
I
his
don't think
title.
he said that. I
No,
don't
no,
think he's.
I'm not saying he said it verbatim, but I'm saying he could have. People seem to like think that they pastors is so holier than now they wouldn't hurt nobody like they not human.
Like they were
You know what I'm
blindsided.
saying?
Huh?
It's like saying like they've been blindsided for what he.
They blindsided people like when it comes to people and they beliefs and people when they especially black people when they in they church, boy. You go to black people in they church, you go to a white people church, it's everything monotone. There's no energy, there's nothing moving around in there but depression. You know what I'm saying? You come to a black church when they sing their music, you convicted. You are convinced, you feel that spirit, whatever it is, you feel that. They be in there doing their thing. You feel something. You know what I'm saying? You go to a black church. This man's title is what got him overlooked. Overall, though, this man's title is what got him overlooked.
Yeah. I do feel like it definitely is something deeper to that, to just the title alone. Because I feel like, if you're, first of all, if you're making these scriptures, people may not think twice, but if they knew a little bit more about you and the dynamic that he had between, him and his wife, then maybe they could have put two and two together. But if you're just intuitive, you probably could have picked up on it. So I do feel like maybe the majority of the church crowd, they didn't think nothing of it because a lot of scriptures, if This is just one random scripture. It's thousands of scripture in the Bible. And it could be any one of those scriptures that could kind of seem kind of off if you don't know the context behind it. But this in itself is going to show you that maybe you shouldn't trust your husband or your wife. The ending of Micah chapter 7 verse 5 says, "Be careful what you say, even to your husband or wife." That in
Well,
itself. Go
let
ahead.
me just let me just say that, in response to that, yes, there is something more hidden behind that. It's called power.
Mhm.
In its plainest form, power. People love power no matter what you do. Especially if you're a pastor. The black community, for centuries, the pulpit and the classroom were the main sources of power for the black man and black woman. That was their chance to
Mm.
exert whatever authority they had to escape the authority being forced on them with Jim Crow laws and segregation at that time. So, quite naturally, if someone's oppressing you, it's quite natural when you get back to whatever circle that you either oppress those that's underneath you, around you, or you try to influence those underneath your spell because
Come on,
it's a lot
Bishop.
of power. It comes with a lot of power. Why can someone like Jamal Bryant cheat on his wife in the past almost 15 years, almost at least hell, I think 14. How many times he been cheated on his wife? Too many times. But yet she's still with the man. He's
Mm.
still with the man, as far as I know. I think they just now recently get divorced. His wife is one of those ladies that's on them Real Housewives shows or something like that. I think Real Housewives of Potomac or something like that. But
Mhm.
it's a certain kind of power that goes with that, and when you're obsessed with someone, it's not even about the person anymore. It's about the power that they wield and carry because of the title that they have.
It is
And
very
if it's left unchecked, it can let someone go out of control. We see that all the time. Continent of Africa was loaded with not people that are like not the same color as you and me. It's people that looks just like them that's doing the oppressing because they're in bed with those people in European countries. So it's called that's the thing that goes deeper than all this. The power that a person has. Power in a way can be used as a resource. People say money is a resource. Money's not a resource. It's what you use to exchange. Power, that's your resource right there because
Mhm.
everybody wants it. So
Mhm.
It's crazy that you use this word power because me and Shehariah was recently talking about this word, and
Mhm.
we found that the word power is just influence over something or someone, you know, and it's so many forms of power. You said money is not a is or is not a resource, but money does influence a lot of things and a lot of people. So money can be power. Uh, physically, it can be power. You know, it's like power is a range of things. And in this man's case, this pastor's case, to piggyback off what you said again, the pulpit was his power. The
Mhm.
pulpit was his power. And we don't even know the power that he had, the influence he had over his wife, you know, or
we
the
don't even know.
influence his wife had
We,
over him.
we don't even worse. We don't know what kind of influence he might have had with other women. Let's
Right.
face it.
Yeah, for real, bro.
They
That
probably
is
they're probably
what.
all sitting in the front. They're probably all sitting in the front row, harping on every word he's saying. You know,
It's like he's trying to attract, get everybody's
if I
attention.
didn't know any, if I ain't know any better, he probably had women probably offer a little. Let me get her instead. Let me anything you need me to
Right.
do, Pastor. I'm like
Right.
Mm,
none of us on this podcast are fools by any stretch of the imagination. So if you I tell people don't make assumptions all the time, but we can all safely assume what was probably going on behind the scenes leading up to this. So I'm pretty
yeah.
sure, if he wanted to, he could have not got his hands dirty. They had someone else do it.
And
Either way,
and like, all right, so
It
like,
must have been personal though for him to execute her in broad daylight in public. It had to been personal. It had to be
you know, you know,
very personal.
let me say this. Like, okay, I'm the youngest one. I'm only 21 years old. I just turned 21 2 months ago. So
Yeah.
You know,
when I was 21.
Hey, happy belated.
well, thank you. Just hearing about stories like this and just even thinking about it really messes up your mind because like people like out in the world, you know, they they would take advantage of you like behind your backs, like if they try to be your friend. So like you got a dude that's walking towards you, like trying to sell you a product, you know, like sell you something that he's been doing like for months now, and you weren't too sure about this whole idea that he's trying to sell you something, and he's trying to be, you know, he wants to be trying to make some money, like trying to hustle, like. Like, do you sell? Like, what do you know about this product? Like, how did you get into this in the first place? Like, you don't know much about this person that's like trying to sell you something. Like, he might be this is like something that he's stolen. You know, what people always say: don't judge a book by its cover. But to be honest, you can't really trust someone real quick, like just to be your friend, because you don't have no idea what trick they might have up on their sleeve. Because they,
This was another thing. I'm go ahead, go ahead.
now
I'm
you,
sorry. I ain't mean to cut you. I ain't mean to cut you.
now you
But
good.
this was another thing. I was me and Shehariah was just talking about the other day about how quick people are to open to people and let people in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like she had just met this lady the other day, right?
Yeah.
And this lady, I guess she was struck, you know, she was real open, real friendly.
Right.
And to her, Shahari is struck as a trusting, open, you know, person.
Right.
This woman just offers to let Shahari babysit her child, and they literally just met. The next morning, the little boy is in the house.
Uh-huh.
You know, like you don't know if she's a serial killer. You don't know if she kidnapped kids and trafficked them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You just met this person, but you're willing to offer your own blood. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't strike as odd. And I'm looking at the lady like you don't know her. But you know, like people just trust is earned, bro. Trust is earned. You know how much time it takes for somebody to trust somebody nowadays, bro? It's 2020, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You can hide and buy somebody. You can chill with them for a minute. Like say you out in a club party and meet some people, have a good time.
Right.
You're not gonna see them again.
Right.
But you don't like just put your trust in people and like exchange numbers and say where you live at and what car you driving and all this other stuff, bro. People are crazy out here. They will come find you, bro. Then you're gonna end up in a basement, chained up in a cage, and your folks gonna be looking for you. You're gonna be in
Yeah.
an ice box with an organ missing. You know what I'm saying?
And
Wow.
and on top of
It's real stuff. It's real stuff.
and on
It's
top of
real
that,
stuff, man.
you got like young kids, like little girls, man, and like basically, young girls, they get raped by older people, man, like, and they
Young girls be attracted to older people. Is that what you said?
yeah, because basically, so okay, so like if a young girl goes to a club, you know, and like has a fake ID, gets it and goes in. Like she looks like most people would hear that she looks older, but like she will lie on her age and it shows a fake ID. You know, it happens a lot. You know, like this is not fake. Like this is happening in reality. And young girls will be taken to a place with a random dude, and they get raped. A lot of innocent girls will get raped. Like I say, like 90%. You know, it's just like it's hard to like it's hard for like parents. Some parents like they would give their child the freedom, but they don't want to give too much of their freedom. You know, because
I don't give my kids any freedom.
It
I
could be
have four.
dangerous.
I have 4 kids.
That freedom can be very dangerous. I want to go to the comments before we get too far ahead, because we had a few of them come in. All right, so yeah, the comments we have from Shay Hercules. He said, nowadays it seems animals have a better sense of protection with their babies than these young parents. That's a point. Cause
Animals
I,
always had better protection of their young. It's
but
been.
we are animals too. We are animals too.
I
But I do
mean,
feel like the
we are
four-legged,
sapient.
the
We are
other
sapient.
ones,
We're not animals.
yeah,
We're
we are
sapient.
animals. We
Yeah.
are animals. But
Nate,
I do feel like the other
can you chime in
animals,
on that?
huh?
Well, no, I say, I mean, if we are animals, we're the dumbest form of animals, I guess.
Well,
Yeah. No, seriously,
I'm
seriously,
okay,
seriously.
but I ain't
Well,
got this, so
no,
I'm staying young. So
Just
no offense.
take the
I have
Chinese
to
from that
throw,
category because they
I have to throw
they
everyone in
don't
the
know
box
what.
on that one. Even myself, we're all dumb. We're the dumbest form of animals. Sorry, but it's just facts.
you
I
know,
agree with
Take it.
that. I
I
agree.
do be saying some crazy stuff. Like I would do be saying some crazy stuff. I be saying some stuff that I be wanting to comment on. I see a parent walking 5 to 10 feet ahead. Her baby is trailing behind her. She's crossing the street. The baby is, a few seconds behind her. Like that's the smallest example. That's the first example that I can think of. But just even something
Mhm.
like that, like your kid's supposed to be at your side or in front of you. You can't see what's
I,
happening behind you.
I, I feel like there's a lot of dumb stuff that goes on nowadays, and I got unfortunately a lot of it because I'm only going by what I see. I see mostly people that look like me and you and the Mike and everyone else. We do a lot of dumb stuff. The best thing I can do, especially in this point in time where I'm at, I don't know how y'all may feel, but the best thing I know I could do is, if I'm in that position where I have little lives to guide or whatever, I'm gonna have to do things my way. But it's not gonna be necessarily a way where it's detrimental to them. It's gonna be something that's gonna benefit them and myself in a way.
Right.
Right.
hmm,
But even in you doing that, it's still possible that you or your kids, especially, because they defenseless. When they younger, they defenseless.
right.
They can still get put in danger. A simple example of that.
Like
I'm
anything
on a
can happen
bus
anywhere.
taking my daughters to school. I bullshit you not, bro. The bus stop, I'm getting the stroller and they little book bags, bro. A Mexican man snatched my youngest daughter up and tried to run off of that bus, bro. If I did not call out to this nigga and damn near chase him down and left my other two kids where they was at, of course we was off the bus at this time. But I just seen the little nigga grab my baby up and try to like just step off. You know what I'm saying? Like try to cover her up at the same time and like just little imp his way off and shit, bro. I would have murdered that man right there if I did not have my babies with me, bro.
Yeah, right.
Like it happened like this. In that instant, I looked away, looked back, my baby was gone. And this little nigga had her legs dangling like this, bro. Trying to run away with my little girl, bro.
That's
Bro,
how
you
quick
can
it
do
happens.
everything. I used to be mad to see these white people got their little babies on leashes and shit. I understand what that shit is for now, bro. For
Yeah.
real.
And you got like for kids, your kids, like they're like your precious diamonds. Like even for small pillows, like, they're like everything in your life. You know, you got like you as a father. I wanted to give you all credit, bro. Like you got 4 kids, as you said, and you do anything to be there in their lives and to protect them, bro. Like so.
You know it, man. You got to, man. This is our legacy. As black men, we have to have some type of legacy, bro. Like when I'm dead and gone from here, I want my kids to have whatever. I want to teach them whatever I know. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be better than me, bro. It took
Right.
me a long time to get to where I'm at right now. You'd have called me 10 years ago. I was dumb. I was stupid dumb, bro.
Mm,
You couldn't tell me nothing. I was out here, bro. But like them kids changed my life for the better, man. When I had my first, I went to that hospital room, stopped, took a breather for 10 minutes. I'm like, when I open this door, my life is completely changed.
yeah.
When
Ain't
I
no.
opened that door, I cried, bro. I cried so hard. I've never cried so hard in my life. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, man, that
Bruh,
is
and I
a.
got baby girls. I have baby girls, bro.
Precious girls, bro.
I will rock a nigga for them, bro. I will do a nigga for them, bro. I'm telling you.
Who you
That's
telling,
why
man?
I'm so with this domestic violence shit. My daughters will not be victim to that shit, bro. They not gonna have a boyfriend till they 30. They not having sex till they 50, and they
Yeah,
not.
Okay,
Like I'm telling you, bro.
okay.
You right. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I wanna jump back into the comments. We kind of get on off track.
Hey, my
We
nigga
have
Mike's a
another.
cat. He has a right to be
I
emotional.
understand that, but we gotta stay focused. We have another comment from Shay Hercules. He says, even walking in parking lots or sidewalks, my wife and kids stay on the inside of me, which it should be. Like that's how I was always raised. The man stands on the outside of the sidewalk, crosswalk, or whatever the case may be.
Man,
And
my
yeah,
lady,
that's the safest way. So hold on. Let me get through these comments first. We have another one by Sleazy Ak. Okay. Us being a dummies is another topic. So that's going off of Nate's comments. We are dumb as a species. We do have a lot of dumb tendencies. We have another comment by WorkSon74. He says salute. Thank you for watching.
deserve.
We had a few more comments as well. We have another one by Ann Wells. She says power equals control. That is true. Like I think that's a synonym for power. We have another comment by Sleazy Ock. He says you have to judge people. I think that's another accurate comment. Like, we gotta figure out where these people stand. You gotta have some sort of judgment of their personality, their character. You gotta observe. You gotta observe and then you gotta
But
take
Just like I
remember
said
what
earlier.
do
Like,
people judge though?
yeah,
Typically, when you meet somebody new, what do you judge? They appearance,
the
what comes out of
appearances
their mouth,
first.
right then and there. You know what I'm saying? If somebody look good to you, they seem approachable. And then the second step, when you talk to somebody and see where they head at, that's the second step. And then from that point, they can still turn out to be crazy as hell in the end. People gonna show you what they want you to see when they first meet you. You know what I'm saying? But they true colors gonna show as you spend more time with said person, or just get to see, be around them for a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like so, people judgments for first impressions. Those could be the reasons why people get put in some of these situations because they go for what they first see. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Like earlier, I mentioned about
Trust is built.
I said like never judge a book by its cover. Well, like we hear that all the time. Like now, you know, we're all judging each other, criticizing each like other people. I mean, because like you meet someone for the first time, you don't know this person, you just met them. Like, how can you trust this person if you don't know if you haven't known them that long? And then they will take advantage of you and turn their backs on you, just stab you in the back for something dumb, for something stupid.
Trust is built, man. I
Yeah,
known people for over 10 years that I don't fuck with to this day.
yeah, I know after. Like you just like cut them off straight up.
You got to.
Because like
Crabs in a barrel. Are you familiar with that term? Crabs in a barrel?
because like if people just want to walk out of your life, then you just let them go. You don't need to chase after them because like you got your own life that you want to focus up on. It. You know, like
It's
other
like I
people,
say all the time.
like
I say it
well,
all the time. To I
yeah,
say all the time, even to my new girlfriend now. It's like any and everyone, with or without you, I'm gonna be all right, no
right.
matter what. Like
Brother,
I'm never, I'm
brother
never.
Shy Hercules trying to stir the pot a little bit.
Yeah, so I want to go back to this comment because this is a very good question by Shay Hercules. He says, how do y'all feel about domestic violence when a woman is the aggressor? So let me start off my answer with that question. I feel like the tables are turned when a woman is the aggressor. Because typically, when a woman is the aggressor, she has a male as a mate, and a lot of times, when he is the victim, he won't come forward for fear of how it may make him look. Because a lot of people may call him, weak, or
You
how could
got
you let
me
this
fucking.
happen? You are the
I
man.
called the police on that
You
ass.
are the
Fuck
one. You are the one that's strongest. You are the one with the
you. Called
power.
the
So they
popos on
won't
that.
even take him. Won't even take him that serious. But me personally, I feel like it should be taken as serious as if a man is the aggressor, because women can be just as aggressive. Like we had talked about this, I think a couple shows back, or even the last couple of shows, toxic femininity. Like we don't talk about women being the aggressors enough. Like it's not. I don't think it's studied as often. I don't think that women uh, abusers are interviewed as often because they don't. I feel like a lot of people in general don't see women as the threat when really they can do just as much damage as a man. Domestic abuse isn't just physical. It can be mental. It can be financial, emotional. It's not just physical. I feel like when it comes to women, even though some women do hit men, I feel like most times it's in other ways of manipulation.
That is very
So
true. That is
I
very.
want to start off by Mike. You want to answer that question? How do you feel about domestic violence when the woman is the aggressor, Mike?
When the woman is an aggressor for personal experience with previous relationships, it's more verbal, more emotional, more mental. Women
Hmm.
know that they are not as physically strong as men, but trust me, they'll cut you deeper than you will ever would with them. You know what I'm saying? When men
Right.
typically get mad, all we know is grab a hammer, start banging shit up. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. That's what we known for, typically. But with a woman, she will methodically break your ass down. She know everything about you if you let her ass in for too long. She know what you like, know what you don't like. She gonna push buttons. She gonna say some shit that she know gonna get you there. And if you a good man, boy, she gonna tear your ass a new one. Cause she know you ain't gonna hit her.
You're damn.
When you done had enough, boy, when you done reached that breaking point, you stop punching holes in the wall, but you know you a man first. You was not gonna do this to this woman. She gonna call the police on your ass. And a
Right.
woman calling the police, guilty or not guilty, they will clamp your ass up, boy, right there. Best thing to do in that instance, get the fuck out of there. These is jams, I'm telling you now. Use them if you want to or not. Goddamn, I'm telling you. Me, I struggle with my anger sometimes.
Right.
I'm man enough to admit that. I have very little tolerance for a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I am the most tolerable of people. I got my moments where I get on motherfuckers' nerves too. But how I carry my shit when I'm in a situation where I'm getting to that point, my temper starts at my feet. I say this shit all the time. When this shit get up to my knees, I'm still trying to find out the source so I can break and eradicate the shit. When the shit get to my waist, I'm not hearing nothing. When the shit get up here, I gotta get the fuck up out of there because I'm about to do something stupid. You never let this shit get here. You let it get here, all logical, all rational thinking is out the window. I'm telling you, it's out the window. For me, anyway. I can't speak for everybody. But I just learned to walk away. I just learned to run, separate myself, calm down. Because that's the only way dealing with a female abuser is to just get the fuck out of there. Because
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's not gonna go in your favor. It's not. It's not. Especially with a temperament like mine. So
Yeah.
that's my take on that.
Okay. So basically, you try to get out of there, and if not, you'll put your hands on her.
No, I never said that. I never said
Oh,
that.
okay. I was just trying to clarify.
Yeah. No, no. What I would do though, if you got a car, I'm busting that shit up.
Oh,
You know,
like a woman would do.
I'm hurt your things. Women like material things. You know what I'm
Men do
saying?
too. Men do too.
You touch my Xbox, we got a problem.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
or
probably the
my
first thing she would go for.
you touch my Xbox or my shoes, you are out of pocket. You hear what I'm saying to you? I'm a throw all your little Mac makeup away. Gonna be mad as shit. I'm gonna take your little eyelash. I'm gonna take your eyelashes. I'm gonna burn them shits. You know what I'm saying? And then you not even gonna know it was me. You gonna come back where all my shit at? I'm gonna be sitting there, legs kicked back, playing my little video game. I don't
So
know, bro, man. Like shit, just you know what I'm
what you were
saying.
saying,
You never know.
so the question was what again?
The
I
question
get
was,
petty.
hold on. The question was, how do y'all feel about domestic violence when a woman is the aggressor? Nate.
Okay. Hmm. Oh, I guess for me, I never really I've had moments where I guess a woman has been, I guess, rough or tough and actions and words towards me, but I'm always the one that'll say I don't get in arguments or confrontations, nor do I yell. When have y'all ever seen me yell?
That
I
is
have
Right?
kind of
never seen
scary
that.
though. Right? That is kind of scary though,
When do
man.
I
Like I don't,
when have I ever gotten
I
into an
don't
argument with
know if
someone? Yeah.
I don't know if that's like you just building up. Like there was a
Mhm.
explosive and implosive type of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want
I
you to
put
be the implosive type, and then you end up going to shoot up a school or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I put like this in to answer that particular section, and then I'll get to the main point. For everything that I don't do, I don't get into arguments or confrontations and nothing like that. What should probably, I guess, make you wonder is what would it take to get me to that point to be like, upset? And I'll leave it at that. That's what should be more so, interesting. You
Hmm.
telling himself he abusive? Oh no, I'm not abusive at
Okay.
all. I'm not
Let's
abusive at all.
go to the comments.
To
He was
answer that,
probably referring to Mike. Let's go back to the
okay.
comments. We have a comment
I tell
by
you right now, every woman I
Workson.
ever had will vouch for me. I'm not abusive,
We're
and that's
gonna
on my
go to the comments. We have Shay Hercules first. He says that's why I believe courtship in a relationship is a must. So basically, you're courting a woman or a man, in those beginning stages before you actually date. That's when you get to learn all about them. I agree. The next comment, Works on 74 says, I told a chick the other female was a lot more fun than her, and she punched me 3 times in the jaw.
Ow.
Mm, that was on you. You shouldn't have said that. But
Yeah,
anyway,
you got to know what to
uh,
say. You got to know what to say.
anyway,
what?
but
We
to
have
answer the
another
question though,
comment.
What?
Hold on. We have another comment from Ja. He says, damn, Works on, she was trying to get you to bug out on her.
Oh wow.
We have a couple more comments. Workson says, I had to fall back. You're right, Logic. She tried to get me caught up. I won't even say how I reacted. I didn't hit her though. LOL.
Well,
I'm glad you
yeah,
didn't hit her though.
thank God.
So what did you do? We have another comment by Samantha Hayes. She says, LOL. Don't touch the Xbox or the Mac makeups.
Man,
So
look,
we
man.
know that makeup is near and dear to women, and Xboxes and games is near and dear
mm,
to men, as
You
we all
can't be
know.
enabling that
Oh,
I'm
crazy
a
behavior,
I'm a I'm
man. You
a
know,
I'm a
it's
PS4 guy myself,
repercussions for
but
things, man.
PS4 or Xbox, I'm sure that applies to both.
yeah, yeah.
anyway,
More of a
but
place.
to answer the question though, to answer the
Hmm.
question for me, yeah, if even if I know someone's doing harm to me, especially a woman, is I still don't feel it to be my place to just try to match her energy or try to like yeah, I'm gonna get out of there because I don't need to deal with that when I can when me myself easily. Oh, okay, you want to do this? Fine, go. I can have you substituted just like that. It's like anyone can take your place right now. I
Yeah,
can
Right.
Nate. Yeah.
have
Yeah.
anybody I want to at any time. So it will never be a situation to where I need to like, be feel danger or threatened like that because I can just easily just go on and do something else. Because it took me a long time to find that strength to where it's like I don't need to take this, not from a woman. I don't need to take anything from another guy. Like one, like
You
no one
goddamn
has to
right,
take
bro.
anything from anyone if you just let it be known that you're not going to stand for that from anybody,
I
no matter
feel you.
what.
I feel you
You
on
know,
that.
Yeah.
my
Right.
my
I,
I think my new girlfriend has an understanding that it's like you can't just treat me any kind of way. Just like I can't treat you any kind of way. And if I do, then I have to go. If she does, you gotta go.
Is it? Yeah,
Gotta
that should
you
be
gotta have
understood.
standards about yourself.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. Like when you understand, know that things just ain't right, would never be right, it'll save y'all both stress, harm, and all of that to just leave the situation. But I want to go to TJ. We haven't heard you, but I know you probably wanted to answer that question. How do you feel about women being the aggressor in domestic violence situation?
Oh, I'm a basically women when it comes to like relationships between a man and a woman. When they get into arguments, a dude would some guys would do their best not to put their hands on a woman, while some other dudes would put their hands on a woman. And like I don't believe in violence to any women. 'Cause basically, what that changes you of who you are, and basically you're taking out your anger out on a woman that's defenseless. You know, sometimes it's hard for a woman to fight back. You know, and they're scared to speak out, to speak like they would speak out their own voice, but it's hard sometimes. It's hard for a woman to fight back. You know, I don't believe in violence to any woman. No woman should be treated disrespectfully. But however, if a random woman, um, if I'm in a relationship, like I had past relationships before, and I don't ever get into arguments. I don't believe in yelling or putting hands on a woman. Like that's not who I am. Like nor would I ever do that in my life. I I refuse to do that. This can like this is going on throughout the years that that women they they tried to defend themselves the best way they could, you know, and men will take their anger out on a woman for no apparent reason. So what? So some men will have the audacity to do whatever they want because they think they have control of a woman. Like that's not the whole point. So what kind of man are you? Are you a real man or what?
Right, that's a good point. I feel like any real man wouldn't put his hands on a woman, no matter the situation. So you said that very well, and I respect that a lot. Like no matter what the circumstances, you know the boundaries that you will not cross. I respect that. So thank you for being that type of man. I want to go back to the comments. I missed a few. We have one from Shay Hercules. He says, "I've learned to limit what I allow myself to go through. But if I feel the female is so easily replaceable, then maybe I don't appreciate what we have enough and should leave anyway." Okay. So he says he limits what he goes through, but he feel like if she is replaceable, then maybe he should leave anyway, because if she is replaceable, then she could be replaced. If she isn't replaceable, he will work harder to be in that relationship. That's what I gathered from that comment. Uh, that is a point. We have a comment from Ja. He says, "This nigga Nate talking like Nate Dogg." His name is Nate. Okay. We have another comment by Work Son. He says he can have anybody he want to as anytime. What do you mean?
I'm not.
I
But
guess he was talking to Nate, saying like if he was to replace the lady that he was dealing with, and he said he could just replace her, So it's,
So we have a comment by John that says, "Wait, another guy." So Nate, please answer the
he
people.
begging, bro.
Answer the people, Nate. They basically saying, "Are you gay or not?
oh boy, oh
He's
boy.
Well,
begging, bro.
Are you gay, Nate? Let the
Oh
no,
people know."
man, he is
no, I'm not.
begging, bro.
I'm I'm not. I'm not gay. I actually have a beautiful woman laying right next to me right now. To be, if you want to
Hello.
be about it.
Uh, uh,
So,
okay,
Oh,
you ain't have to put all your info out there like that, but
I mean,
okay. What's
you
up,
can
beautiful
look at me
lady laying next to
like
Nate?
Like if if you want to go there, we can always go there. I'm not prone to it. So yeah, man, I'm not good at nothing. My simple comment is simply, we're all replaceable one way or
Man,
another.
it's all right anyway, bro.
No
It's
one's
2020.
ever gonna.
People can
No
be
one's.
No,
I
whoever
guess
they
no.
no one.
want,
Wait,
man.
you're not about to play with Nate like that.
They
Nate
can be
is
whoever
not
they.
gay.
I'm not
It's
talking
okay.
about
It's
Nate.
okay.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
But
okay. It's
anybody
okay.
else,
It's
but the
okay.
comment was directed towards Nate, and
These
I
It's
can
people done
speak.
fought for their rights, man. They got a whole community now. They done took
Okay,
the rainbow. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
no. To
but
answer
Nate is not gay.
to answer the
Yeah,
question, no. The replaceable thing pretty much is simple. We're all replaceable one way or another. No one's ever gonna, I guess, as humans say it because I guess it cuts too deep or something like that. But for me, I came to a point where it's like, you know what? No, it's not. I shouldn't have to hide. No one should have to hide what is the truth. The truth is not meant to be pleasant. It's not meant to be coddly or nothing. It's just supposed to be what it is. We're all replaceable one way or another. The point is, you
yeah,
See,
find somebody that's
I
worth.
wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to
I
say
mean,
it. I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to say that.
No, well,
You
that's the
know what
thing.
I'm saying?
I'll say the thing that
I got
everyone's
people
thinking about
listening to what
saying,
I say.
but don't want to say. I have people listen to me too all the time. I have someone listen that's sitting laying right next to me that's listening. I'm
I
still
wish I
saying
had your
so.
bluntness. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could be as frank as you could, son. I care about people's feelings. I pick and choose what I say sometimes. You gotta catch me
I put like
on a
this.
good
The only
day where
reason
I
why
just be voicing whatever that come to my mind.
if people cared more about me and my feelings when I was on the come up and wasn't, I guess, abusive towards me, maybe I would be a little bit more, I guess, by the book. But I can't because no one was like that to me. So why should I be like that now that I'm of age? Why should I be like that to anyone else?
For
I
real.
know it's that I know it's things that was done to me that I would never ever do to someone, but at the same time, it's like no one gets
Likewise.
that. Like Shahari tells you when I met her, I was giving her hell from the bell. Like, yeah, I'm trying to start this nonprofit. Why don't you give me your number? No, I don't know you. Why would I give you your
yeah.
number?
He probably thought I was on some scamming, schemer type
Who
stuff, when really
you?
I was just trying to tell people about
Like
my
who is
Look at
mission.
this?
his face.
And
He
like
like, I don't know
I'll
you.
be honest. I'm
Huh?
like, who is this?
It's you.
Like who is this nigga? Like who is this nigga? Like, with the purple dreads and
Yeah.
lipstick? Like who's this nigga?
Bro.
Like what do you think you is? Like I
How
don't know
can
you.
you approach Shehariah like that? She's so soft spoken, man.
Well,
You
that's the
would you
thing.
would
I
you would
done
trust
seen
every
it's
word
the
she
song.
say. She
The,
He
first come
ain't
to say something
trusted.
to you, bro.
it's the soft spoken people that be the ones that's like you end up chained up in the basement or something like that. So I was
No,
like, oh
I
no.
mean, well, yeah, but
So,
that's
so
not for
I was
you.
like, so when she exchanged numbers and all that, it took me about a good almost 2 weeks before I finally contacted her. 'Cause I'm like, oh, let me look up
Yeah,
this. Okay, she actually all right. She who she said she is. All right, fine.
For
Yeah,
real.
what's up?
yeah, he
hmm
had to do a whole background check.
hmm
But anyways, back to the comments. Samantha Hayes, hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. She says, I got what you were saying, Nate. All the comments that you were just making. Yeah, I feel like most people
About the
agree.
guy thing. That's what she was saying about the guy.
About probably about everything. We got way off topic from the first article. Hold on, we have another comment by Franchise Catering. He says Shay dropping jewels. All right. We have another article that I wanted to get into next because we was talking about that first one, but this next one from Vlad TV. And it says Tamar Braxton's boyfriend claims she allegedly attacked him while he was driving.
Trying to
And
kill both of them, man.
Oh wow. Like, car.
well, wait, you don't even know the story yet.
That's
You don't even
that's
know the
that's
story
that's the
yet.
story.
So I'm about
He's
to tell y'all the
driving.
story. But again, see, people assume that because this was a story, that's what actually happened. Let me see. Is that a video that we can watch? I don't know if this is the one that we can hear.
About what was told about me grabbing or hitting Tamar or anybody. It's a complete and absolute falsehood. I've never, ever, ever, and never will, ever put my hand on a woman. Ever. I grew up I will do. I'll speak the truth. Here's the truth. I've been a victim of domestic violence, domestic assault. I was attacked. I was driving on high speed, and I was attacked. A blow to my neck, my jugular. For those of you who know about medicine and the jugular, that's what carries blood to your brain. When you're hit there, it discombobulates you. And I thought I was gonna crash. But I was driving fast. I had to call my mom. I called my mom, a 50-year-old guy, having to call his mom when he's driving. And my mom started praying. Tim, I was in the car. My mom started praying. Only to find out that after the blow, I was being secretly recorded. Something that's illegal. And unfair. And the tapes being sent to my family. The tapes of being distressed, in pain, calling my mom, were being sent to my family and other people. Sorry. Anyway, my car was destroyed. I drive a Rolls Royce, many of you know. Almost $30,000 in damage. And
Okay. I think that's enough of that.
about this because the cops are involved. It's a criminal case now for the damage, damage to the car, the taping, the assault. But I'll tell you something. Despite all that, but it feels really good to be back. It feels rich. Thank you for listening. Please keep Tamar and I in your prayers. We need it. We feel it. I feel it, and I know she does. I love you very much, and God bless.
Okay, thank you for playing those. I want to go over a couple of the details.
That is a good one.
First we have a comment by Franchise Catering. He says, "Man, that happened to me too." Tell us more about that. But I want to go over a little bit about the details of this article. You heard pretty much what he was saying. So an article came out he claimed that she attacked him while he was driving. Then this is Tamar Braxton. This guy's name is David Arifeso. He was filing a restraining order against her after this alleged situation that happened in a car with them two in it. He addressed Tamar Braxton, saying he put hands on her, noting that he would never ever put hands on a woman, and insisted he did not touch Braxton. Arifeso said he has been a victim of domestic violence, and he said he was attacked while driving very fast, and Braxton delivered a blow to his neck, which he said threw him off as he was driving. He also noted that he called his mother after Braxton allegedly hit him, who started praying for him during the incident. He says that he realized he was secretly being recorded during that, and then he went on to say that the recorder was being sent to his family. And he says previously that Tamar Braxton claimed that he was a person who initiated the attack, saying the man threatened to kill himself and her. So while he's alleging that she attacked him while he was driving, punching him in the throat, she says that he was the one who started the attack, saying that he threatened to kill himself and her. He filed a restraining order on that Tuesday after that incident, saying he was looking to prevent a domestic violence incident. As of now, like during this time when this was happening, the court did not approve the request from him, so they didn't give him that immediate emergency restraining order that you can get before the judge makes it a permanent, not permanent, but a more long term restraining order. Um, so yeah, so this story is two sides to the story, but I feel like a lot of people will automatically believe Tamar Braxton because she is the woman. Me, on the other hand, I feel like he could be telling the truth. I don't believe her just because she's the woman, and I don't, believe him just because he's the man. But it seemed like
He
he was
could,
sincere in his story.
he could be telling the truth, but I agree with franchise catering. This story is pretty messy
It
because
is.
Like I don't
even
even
with
know.
that,
I don't even
even
know.
with that, it's a lot of potholes and a lot of missing stuff in this story. Like it don't add up for some reason.
That's what I agree, bro. Like I don't even know who's
Something about it doesn't add up quite. I don't know
like
what it is. But like
like
I don't know
yeah,
You
bro.
because
think he tried to beat her to the punch and try to make a comment first so he could seem like the victim?
I put it like this: would I put it past anyone to abuse anyone? No. Do I necessarily think Tamar would do something like that? At least from what I've seen from the show, she looks like she's the most aggressive, I guess, out the Braxton sister, the more in your face out the bunch. Um, would I put it past her? Not necessarily, but would I put it past him to maybe have done something to her to trigger her? Quite possibly. You know, you don't have to hit a woman to trigger her. Just like a woman doesn't have to
Absolutely right.
assault you to
Absolutely
trigger
right.
you. So I mean, I feel like this. I feel like it's something that he's probably not saying because he's just focusing on what she did to me. But I don't
At
know.
the end of the
It's
day, he
definitely
still
it's
said,
definitely it's definitely messy. He could be telling the truth for all we know. Granted, there may have been some stuff on her end that she did to him, but it's still also a matter of like, okay, what was you doing to him though? It could be
Yeah,
seen as a two-way street because if it was in a lot of cases, it's more women victims than male victims, and so like like that's in that same regard. Would I ask someone like a Shehariah who got stabbed 15, 12, 20 times, well, what did you do to him to make him mad? No, because the fact is, he took it to that extreme of actually physically trying to take you out.
right.
I don't think anything that she would have said or done or anything would equate to someone trying to stab someone
Exactly.
the way that she was stabbed.
Exactly. Yeah,
That
so that's why I agree that victim blaming is a no go. People always say, well, what did she do? It doesn't matter. Does that really mean that that person had the right to, try to take your life or anything
not
else?
even his life though, but he was driving.
I'm
How
talking
you going to
about
attack somebody that's? Oh,
I'm
you
talking
talking?
about Nate was referring to my story,
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm referring to everybody's story in general. No matter what you say or do, it doesn't equate to somebody trying to take your life. If somebody make you mad or hurt your ego. But I want to go to TJ. I know that he had something to say. If you still have that comment you want to say, TJ.
Well, like, I just don't know whose side to go. Like I don't believe in saying like this person's right, this person's wrong. Like I'm not. It's not about a competition. You're trying to get down to like what are the facts, right? You're trying to like someone needs to like stand up and tell the truth. They need to testify. So like I'm not. It's not a competition. Like you think it's like oh like like I'm gonna win this because like I'm better than you and you're gonna pay everything that you're gonna pay everything that you've done to me that has happened to me. Like no, come on, like we tell this like as grown adults, like this is like this whole thing like this is like childish. Like we're grown adults.
uh,
We have to sit down conversation. We settle this by regular grown adults. So
trust me,
You can have that conversation
as you
outside
get
of a
out
moving car.
mhm.
as you get out more and more,
I know, man.
TJ, if that's your name, TJ, as you get out there more and more in the world, trust me, you're gonna find out that these adults are not very much adult like at all.
Exactly. A lot of adults are not mature. So this story
Just
sounds
come on the
childish.
children. Yeah.
The story sounds childish, which means we don't really know who to believe. A lot like that's just the reality. A lot of adults aren't mature, and a lot of people do want to be believed, and they want to hear that story told first, so they can seem like the most believable. But again, like I can even see from I guess Mike's response, you feel like Tamar hit him.
I feel like he came on here, made a statement, publicly saying that he got hit. Tamar was in the car. He didn't say in here that she hit him. He just said that he was hit and Tamar was in the car. He worded it real good.
I think his battery's going to. He did say he only had a few percentage left.
Like, yeah, like what he was saying, with Tamara and her husband, you know, like what's up with being the victim? Like, we don't even know who's the real victim. So, like, you can't, like, you don't even know until like you get to the last results. It's like we're trying to investigate who's really telling the truth.
Apparently, it's a comment that says she apparently wanted to commit suicide.
Oh,
So yeah, that's a leader right into the next comment. Right into the next comment because I don't know if y'all knew, but she has been in the news recently for claims that she allegedly wanted to commit suicide. So this is an article that we have by TMZ. So can we play this video first, Logic?
Fire paramedic operator 148. What's the address of the emergency? And what's the emergency?
My girlfriend is not responding.
Are you with her right now?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's not awake.
Okay, can you wake her up? Can you shake her and yell at her? Try to wake her up.
I'm shaking. She has a little bit of her eye open.
All right, sir. Like I said, we're on the way. I'm going to stay on the line with you.
Okay, she's been drinking. It's like a half of what. She's on medication for depression. I don't know how much. She sent a letter earlier. Anyway, just ask him to hurry.
I'm sorry, sir. You said she's on.
Just ask him to hurry. She's on medication. She takes medication like she gets anxiety. I don't know if she's taking her medication or what. Or if she was very angry earlier on. She has trouble with the network. She just a company she's working with, and they did some things today, and no way. This before. I hope this is not.
Okay. Yeah, when they're inside of the same room that you're in, you and I can disconnect. But until then, we have to keep our eye on her breathing, okay? Okay, sir.
You fucking network.
Sure. Well, she needs some help, sir. You guys should look for some help for her.
And it's come to this.
Right.
When do you get free? At what point are you really free? At what point can a company, can an organization control your...
How long has she been working for them?
They've taken away her happiness, everything. She held up everything.
Okay, well, that kind of gives a little bit of clarity.
Yeah, so this was, not too far from the car situation where he alleged that she punched him in the throat. So basically, with this article, y'all heard the police recording when he called the police. She was found unresponsive, and then a hotel room. They was in downtown LA at the Ritz-Carlton. And so basically her boyfriend, David, explained that she was having trouble with WeTV. I guess that's the network that puts on her show. Was it called Braxton Family Values or something like that? The show about, Braxton Family Values. So they say she was having trouble, with this network. And the boyfriend claimed that she was upset about that. He had found her in a hotel room. He said that she was mixing alcohol with a lot of the medication that she uses to treat her anxiety and depression. And he also says that she left her a note, a suicide note, before this apparent suicide attempt. He also says that she's been upset with the producers for using her childhood trauma, which was alleged assault and rape, to boost their ratings. EMTs found Tamar unconscious inside her room when they arrived. She was rushed to the hospital, and since then she has been approved to stable condition. And as you all know, he started to break down towards the end of the call. He got very emotional. To me, that sounds very sincere. But again, this story is very messy. So it's like, who do you believe? And with that car situation, I do feel like she could have.
There's a comment.
She could have tried to hit him in the throat. We have a comment by Ja. He says he sounds like he tried to kill her. What do y'all think, Nate? Do you think he tried to kill her and try to lie, say it was a suicide attempt?
Honestly, I can I can speculate all I want to, but I wasn't there. But I can only go by what you see and what you hear. I wouldn't put it, just like I wouldn't put it past Tamar to like swing on homeboy. I ain't gonna put it past him to maybe do something like that, because let's face it, because of her last name, that holds significant influence in the world. She's a Braxton, so it's yeah. I thought at first it provides clarity, but just because of that comment from Mr. Logic, it's like, it made it messy once again. So it kind of.
So, TJ, what do you think? Do you think that David, her boyfriend, tried to kill her in this hotel, and he tried to lie and say it was a suicide attempt?
I'm gonna be. I'm not like 100% like sure, but like I'm gonna tell you this. It's like basically tomorrow. I don't. So her boyfriend, you heard him on the phone calling the dialing 911, and he felt heartbroken, like basically, like she's trying to commit suicide, and he doesn't understand why she wants to do this. So it's like he's trying to fight for this relationship, keep the relationship going and help her keep her life going. Because look, you commit a suicide, like you only live once, like you have a better life ahead of you. If you commit a suicide, how are people going to feel about you? How would your parents feel about you?
Yeah. Okay. So y'all kind of trying to take the not take sides point. But okay, so to me, this sounds like, I feel like her boyfriend is the victim. I feel like she may have, I don't, with the second story, with her, found unconscious in a hotel room, I feel like it could be true. I don't know the truth, but I feel like it could be true. I feel like I do feel like she tried to attack him in his car. And I do feel like she may have been upset with this thing. Like she does have an image to maintain. A lot of people are, unstable, and they do be trying to, save face, protect their image that they have built over all these years. She probably just don't want people to see her in all these ways. Or she probably don't want people to see her as weak.
Well, so the image she has had from what I've seen from the show is as like, the rough and tumble one.
Drama.
No, the rough and tumble one. Almost like the one that's always ready to like throw hands. Like that he's the youngest out the sisters, I believe. So she's the one that's always been the one that's like, oh gosh, here comes Tamar. Like, he's always been that one. Like we all got that family member that's like a little too like extra for no reason at all.
Yeah,
So
when I be watching her, it do seem like she is a little messy. Like she like the gossip, she like the shade, she like the tea. Stuff like that. I do agree with that. So again, I think I'm taking her boyfriend's David's side because a lot of people are not going to believe him off the strength that he's a male, she's a woman, not taking into account her background. The second story is kind of iffy, but when it comes to her punching him in the throat, I believe she tried to do that. I do believe she tried to do that. Like that's just my opinion, and I do believe that he probably won't get approved for his restraining order that he filed for after that because he is a man, and because like you all, they're gonna go with her because of her background. They feel like she's the rough and tumble one, this and that. But when it comes to
that'll
the
be a, that'll be a
suicide
case of
attempt,
them.
I feel like a lot of celebrities, you feel like even though they have all this money, they have all this good stuff going, those be the ones that commit suicide. I want to go to the comments. We have a comment by Franchise Catering says she wrote a suicide note in his handwriting. I bet you. Why was she writing in his handwriting? Why was
Ain't
she writing in
nobody
his
that
handwriting?
good.
Oh, we have another
Nobody that
comment.
good, man.
Oh, no, they could be. We have another comment by Samantha Hayes. She says, I think he tried to kill her, but I do think maybe she hit him though. Okay, so all right, so somebody's on my side. They feel like she hit him, but he tried to kill her. So in this second story, I do feel like maybe he had reached his limit.
Second story. Hold on,
Yeah.
excuse me. I
So
had
let
some
me.
malfunction with my
All right, let me give
computer.
you a background. In the second story, she was found unconscious in her hotel room. Her boyfriend called the police and said that she had basically overdosed on her medications that she was prescribed for her anxiety and depression. And that he said that she was mixing those with the alcohol and she was found unconscious. He called the police. They sent the ambulance to their room at the Ritz-Carlton, and they said downtown LA. They sent the ambulance, went to the hospital, and they was able to stabilize her. And so that comment meant that they do feel like people feel like he had actually tried to kill her. It wasn't a suicide attempt, but he had tried to kill her.
So what, he had Bill Cosby there or something?
Uh, I mean, the people in the comments can let us know that. Me, I don't think I have a firm opinion on this second story. I feel like it could go either way. He may have been trying to kill her, and he wanted to call the police first because he wanted to save her life. Like it dawned on him what he actually did, and he was trying to prevent her from dying. Or I feel like she probably could have tried to attempt suicide. I feel like it's 50-50.
Why? Why is it 50-50 though?
Because one, we don't know her, we don't know him. That's the short answer, but it's 50-50. We haven't heard, we can only go based off their stories, and it's two conflicting stories.
Like the celebrities, yeah, like you said earlier, they have all this money and stuff, like fame, like they go through depression and stress.
Yeah.
And they just feel like this is all too much. Like they just want to have a normal life. Like they, like maybe not the fortune. Like they still need money to take care of like their own kids, like for their family, like pay bills and stuff. They just want to like have their. They just want to want to have a privacy. Move somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah, it could have also been a publicity stunt. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like it was just a publicity stunt?
Kill yourself to get some publicity? I mean, what if it went south? The whole thing would have been for naught.
Who knows? You can never tell. All we know is that we got a guy saying that she was like flaming on him while he was driving, and then we got a call saying she tried to mix alcohol and drugs to take herself out because of a network dispute. So
So she was
you
trying to
know,
use the
all the
dude to crash the
all you can
car to
do is
kill herself.
Yeah, like you
all
gotta
you
think
can
about
do
what you're doing before you take that action. You know.
all you could do is
This,
like hope that she gets the help that she needs, and hopefully he can get the help too, because it's
uh,
that's a sticky situation to be in.
For real.
That's you know
I
yeah.
think this plays a part a little bit in that toxic femininity thing we was talking about prior. Like if somebody is already on edge, you know what I'm saying, with themselves and in their life, and they want to jump into a relationship, those is dangerous waters to be treading in, man. Like she already want to take herself out, if that is the case, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely got people got to start background checking before jumping into these relationships, man. You never know somebody rap sheet, and you don't know what you getting yourself into coming into these relationships, man. You don't want to wait till it's too late to find out, and now you probably, I mean, hey, it could go a whole mess of ways, but you got it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you only live once, man, because you don't want to take your life away right away. Like think about what's ahead of you. You have your own goals and accomplishments that you're trying to get to, and you're starting from the bottom. Now you work your way up to the top. Like you're trying to keep everything 100 to yourself. Like yeah, sure, you have friends and family that care about you so much. You know, then you have some other people act like they care about you, but they don't. And just for something that you're trying to commit suicide for something.
We gotta also take into account though that she's not the first celebrity to try to attempt suicide.
Right.
A lot of other celebrities have actually succeeded.
For real.
It is a very dirty game that they in. I'm telling you, like, look at what happened to Dave Chappelle. Not to go off topic, but the industry tried to have him do some stuff that he just wasn't sitting with, and he disappeared for 10 years and came back better, stronger than he ever was initially. You know what I'm saying? That man put on like 100 pounds, 200 even. And then he come home and get a Mark Twain award. You know what I'm saying? Like he went completely against the grain and came out on the other side better. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people don't know how to step away from the industry and what's right in front of them. They don't look at the bigger picture. Tay
Hmm.
Mob is probably an example of that, man. Like the industry probably taking her over. They taking her under, and she trying to find the only way she knows how to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? By taking her own life. I don't know, but
I get
everything is still a little alleged. Everything is alleged right now. Like we don't really know the backdrop of how all of this stuff played a part. You know what I'm saying? How all this came to be what it did. We don't know the backstory. It could be a dude, could be the industry, it could be a couple of things. It's all speculation at this point. We don't know. It
yeah,
is a story though. It is a story.
yeah. That's a good point. I want to go to the comments. We have from one from Mills Lane. He says Tamar made a name for herself. I didn't see any of the Braxtons stepping out of Tony's shadow. Tell me what that means, because I know about Tony Braxton. What do you mean they don't act? She doesn't act like her. We have another comment from Jade Mixon. She says death for publicity
Right.
seems far out there. Well,
That's
yeah,
what I was saying.
I wouldn't say death for publicity, but I do feel like a suicide attempt. It could have very well been all staged. I mean, but that's just one way to look at the situation. We have another comment from Samantha Hayes. She says, "I hope they both get the help they need. Sometimes people just need to work on them first before getting into relationships." So
That's
Samantha, tell us
very,
what work do
very,
you need David
very
needs?
true.
What work do you need, Dave? What do you think David needs to work on, Samantha? We have another comment from Jade Mixon. She says, "But you never know what people are thinking, and she could be feeling pressure." I agree with that.
Yeah, because like and that's also my friend too. So basically, what my friend is talking about is, people sometimes celebrities, like some celebrities, they can. It's hard for them to deal with under pressure. They feel a lot of pressure in them, like on a lot of things. It could be outside of their career. It could be anything, but it's more than just what they're dealing with outside of their career. It could be anything that was bothering them. What's like all the stress, and it's anything. Like you just name it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was saying, like, I feel like that suicide situation, it could be either way. She could have very well tried to attempt suicide because life is hard. And then you're a celebrity, you're always in the spotlight. You have, you're always in the spotlight. That says a lot in itself,
Privacy
and
is out of the question when
a
you're a
lot of
celebrity.
people think that celebrities, don't still have lives, don't still have mental health issues, don't still have self-esteem issues, identity issues, just everything that comes with that. Like, she is still a human first. She is still a Black woman first before the fame, and it still could be issues that she is dealing with childhood, even though he claimed that she had got upset over her TV network for putting out her childhood issues. um, that could still be something that is affecting her. We have another comment from Samantha. She says, sometimes when a celebrity or a normal person has mental problems, like with depression and anxiety, sometimes it can get to be too hard. I agree with that. Like, as a normal person, because I was dealing with anxiety, depression, and sometimes I still do, but I know it could be different if I was, celebrity or famous person, because right now I could deal with it and I'm in my home. Celebrity, if you're dealing with it, you're behind cameras, you're still doing interviews, you're still doing, like she's on her family show, Braxton Values, you still got to be on that spotlight. So I do feel like it can add another level of pressure if you have fame on top of your mental issues. I do feel like they still, like I was saying before, they still are people. They still are dealing with the same things that all of us deal with. Just because she's a celebrity don't mean she doesn't deal with those things. Okay. But yeah, like I agree with a lot of the comments made here today. We have another comment by Jay. She says, I mean, is this the same guy who allegedly touched her son? I never even heard of that story.
Oh bullshit.
Yeah, you gotta,
Where that come from?
yeah, let us know a little bit more about that, Jay. Because I don't keep up with celebrity situations. I just don't. I had come across this because somebody had sent me these articles. I feel like I have my own life to worry about, but this is like it, and whenever I try to, it just be like messy drama. So like I just don't have the time for it. But yeah,
All of this
that
kind
would
of
be
plays a
crazy.
part in some form of fashion of DV though, like
Yeah,
mental illness could play a big part in some of these domestic violence cases. Like, so just like talking about this right now with what she's going through, not that we know, offhand what she's going through, but if it's bad enough for you to try to take your own life and still manage a relationship, I can't imagine what type of stuff dude is going through with Tamar. Like, this is news to me. I've never Every time I see Tamar, she looked like the life of the party. She always got this energy, this vibe about her that just make her, just like a party type of person. I never thought that she was, attempting to put her own lights out. You know what I'm saying? She has a light about her that has a very good influence, if she knew how to use it, that is. But trying to, like, I'm not sure about the taking your own life thing, man. Like I said, it's all speculation. We don't know what her backdrop is, but her doing that and still managing a relationship, I can only imagine how difficult it is for the both of them. Honestly.
For real, bro. For real.
Okay. Yeah, man. We have another comment from Jade. She says, I mean, that hit the public, and that's allegedly why she was hitting him. So in the car. So basically, you're saying that she punched him in the throat because she found out that he was touching her son. I think that's what Jade is saying. Please let us know. Samantha says that's what I'm thinking too.
Golly.
Oh, this is getting messier and messier.
Oh,
That could very well be the
Uh,
case too.
on that note, I have to now go because I have to report to human headquarters to get
Okay.
tested for the coronas. Thank you for having me. You're doing a great job, Shehariah. Thanks for being here, Mike. The young man who was the
No
guest.
question.
Thank you for being here. But yeah, I have to go report duty calls. So I will see y'all on the other side.
All right. Thank you for being
Hey,
here. We'll see
bro.
you next time. But yeah, so that's another layer that I didn't even know about. Jay says,
I can't even read it.
says she was hitting him, and the alleged reason was because he had touched her son allegedly. So that's why I mentioned it. That's all I know about it. Well, I'm gonna really do a little bit of research after after we get off this podcast, because that would add another layer, because that is also still abuse, and that would be understandable if you find out somebody is touching your child in an inappropriate way. You will want to put hands on them. Like, you will want something to happen. You will want to rectify the situation.
It's
So
too
yeah,
much. It's this word alleged has been getting passed around a lot tonight with these topics, man. Like,
there you got to say alleged, because nobody knows for sure unless we have her live right now, right here, to ask her. Don't we got to use alleged. But
yeah,
I want to just kind of summarize the show. We were just kind of, talking about the domestic violence, recent articles about situations. Tamar Braxton, and then the pastor, Mr. Ofori,
Oh, man.
who shot and killed his wife a day after they had an altercation that was on video. He had led at an audience of about 60,000 people. He was making, posts about it, so that it just goes to show you that it can be anybody, and an abuser could hold any type of title, hold any type of position. And I do feel like sometimes those people use their positions to their advantage. One of the questions I never got to, but a comment I guess I can make now, is people in these high positions, whether it's a pastor, a teacher, or anything else, they can use that to their advantage. They can have the upper hand when they're trying to lead people, because automatically a lot of people look up to them because they feel like they're anointed and everything else. This guy deserves everything that's coming to him. His wife didn't deserve to be killed. Like I had read the article all the way through, he had shot her in the head, walked up to her, and then shot her more times. A shot to the head. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. I think he knew that she was dead when he had shot her in the head, but he still decided to shoot her more times. That's unacceptable, and it just goes to show that pastors are people too. Singers, celebrities, actors, these people are people too. Don't put nothing past anybody. Like, I'm just getting sick to
absolutely
my
not.
stomach just looking at his picture. She didn't deserve that. She especially didn't deserve to get shot multiple times after you already shot her to the head. That shot to the head is a shot to kill. Even with the second situation with Tamar Braxton, we don't know the full story. She alleged that he initiated an attack in the car. He said that she hit him first. He also said that he would never hit a woman. But I believe him when it comes to the car situation. But when it comes to the other article about her leaving a suicide note, mixing alcohol with drugs, we don't really know when it comes to that. She could have committed suicide, or he could have tried to kill her, but then was trying to save her life by making that police call. So about that, I just want to say, be careful who you're getting into a relationship with. And just be honest. Be honest about your experiences. Don't lie to try to make it seem like you are the victim. I feel like a lot of women do that. That's just a fact. I've seen it firsthand. I've heard it in the news. A lot of women will claim he did this, he did that, just because she's mad to try to get him in trouble. But I do know that a lot of men will lie about what they did just do because they don't want to face the consequences behind that. So that's, wrapping up today's show. You can find our show, YouTube, the Iran Network, Ranters Union on YouTube, also Facebook, Silence Kills. You can see the name up here on the screen. Search Silence Kills on Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram, Silence Kills and the number 0. I want to thank my panelists for being on today. Mike, TJ, Nate, and those who couldn't make it. Hopefully they'll be able to join us next week. And thank you for being here. I'll see y'all next time.
Appreciate it.
Salute.
Stabbed 12 times, paralyzed, always reminded, it doesn't get easier, I got stronger. I'm a walking contradiction with endless possibilities. Emotionally, I'm unstable. Physically, I'm weak. Mentally, I am strong. I am a wounded healer. It doesn't get easier, I got stronger. I'm love. I smell like home. I sound like my mama's prayers. I look like I'm sure. I see beauty in the struggle, grateful. It never got easier, I just got stronger. I'm choosing to be strong. Be a voice for those who have been silenced. Speak on the unspoken like a phoenix, still I rise. It won't be easy, but you will be stronger. I'm here. You are here. We are here.